everyone, and welcome to Valley Homes on TV. I'm Debbie Endahar Giordano, along with my co-host, Todd Flesner.
Hey, Debbie. It's
Hey,
great to be here.
How are you?
Terrific.
Good. Enjoying this fall weather?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
a really nice time of year in which we'll want to interview our guest about some fall activities coming up. But folks, if you want to watch us, you're on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. on Channel 26.
Terrific. Well, thanks for joining us. And I'd like to introduce folks in the community. They may or may not know our guest here. If they don't yet, they're going to get to know her. And she's someone who's become real active in our community here recently. I think good for folks to know. This is Hon Lien.
Hi,
Hon,
Todd.
it's a pleasure to have you. And Hon, you're pretty active in the community. We're going to talk a little bit about, specifically about the Milpitas Rotary Club today and some of the activities coming up. But we wanted to get a chance to really introduce you and get a chance for folks to know a little bit more about you. So welcome.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Hon.
Yeah.
Hi, Debbie. Thank
So
you.
let's start off. Let's hear a little bit about your background, where you grew up. Of course, I know you've already told the club, but let's let the viewers know where you grew up and where you were educated and what brought you here to this area.
Okay. Well, I'm an immigrant. Escaped Vietnam in 1978. Spent 13 months in the refugee camp in Malaysia, and arrived in the U.S. Right after Christmas of 1979. And most of my educations are here in the U.S. And here I am.
Here you are. What had you settled right here in this Bay Area?
When we were in Malaysia camp, a couple sponsored the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
They lived in San Francisco, and we resettled in San Francisco.
Okay.
In 1991, my family started a business, and it's in import and export of seafood. So
Okay.
we moved to San Jose, and to 1999, we bought a house here in Milpitas. We moved to Milpitas. Then I moved back to San Jose for a couple of years or so, and then back to Milpitas. I like Milpitas much better.
Well, Debbie and I, of course, are real fans of Milpitas as well. We love Milpitas, and we're glad to have you as an integral part of the community. Tell us a little bit more. We can spend a whole probably show on just your background and history, because it sounds just fascinating. I'm sure you've got lots of stories about that experience. But tell us a bit more about your business enterprise and what it is that you're doing there.
Like I said, it was a family business. I was in there with my older brother, and we employed 60 employees. Part of the 60 employees, 10 of us were family members.
Okay.
And I was the CEO of the company. We do import and export of seafood. We bought seafood from Vietnam, Thailand, other countries, and then we export it out to Europe. We sell locally here to all the supermarkets, all the restaurants, and we also trade with other wholesalers. Anything that you can find at sea, we have.
Well, terrific. So you've had just a great experience with that, running a family business, but you've really thrown yourself into the community as well. And so we'd like to learn a little bit more about some of the activities that you're involved with here in Milpitas. Specifically, you've been on the Planning Commission. You've been newly elected, or will be in November, I guess, technically, to the school board. You're running unopposed with the school board, and will be the new school board member. And you're also involved with the Rotary Club as president this year. You're busy.
I keep myself busy. With Planning Commission, I was appointed to the commissions, and I enjoy what I do there. It's a learning process. When I first stepped in, I learned how the city helps bring in businesses and people who wants to come to Milpitas, to the city to start the business, the procedures and how to get started. And I've learned that these cities, is very, very helpful in getting newcomers to the city.
Well, the Planning Commission is an important job. It's a quasi-judicial where they give the city council recommendations
Yes.
on improvements, approvals and projects. What are some of your favorite projects you've approved on the Planning Commission?
I like all of them. There are so many projects since I served on the board. I went just recently to the ribbon cutting of Strasbourg School, and that was amazing. I've known Phil Dolan in there. I met Debbie at the ribbon cutting. There are projects like the development on Montague.
Okay.
Those are great because we have BART that's coming in. We need riders. We have this BART that we spend so much money on. We have traffic that we need to solve. And with riders taking BARTs, perhaps we can eliminate, a little bit of
Well,
traffic.
it will, since you know San Francisco quite well, it's going to be nice to be able to jump on BART and have a direct route to
It's
San
very
Francisco.
convenient.
That'll be really
It's
nice
so
for this
convenient,
community.
and it's fast.
Mhm.
When you drive your own car, it will take an hour and a half
Mhm.
during traffic. With BART, you get there in time.
Well, good. You got these other community activities as well, but I'm interested, what is it that really drives you or interests you in becoming so active in the community? What's behind that?
As an immigrant, I know the feeling of being not enough things around you, not enough food, not enough clothes. The activities are limited, and been there. So I would like to help with people who has the need, like students. I don't have that luck to stay in school and have all the luxuries. That's why when I became president of the Rotary Club, I reached out to the school and I asked the principal, what can we do? I know it's not a lot of help, but it's, the money that we fundraised in the club to give to them is just like a drop in the ocean, drop of water in the ocean. But it is some way to get them started. They have the vision, and maybe they do not have the money. So we, as the group, help out with that.
Let me fill in the cracks here a little bit for folks, because this is a little bit more than just a drop in the bucket. You and the Rotary Club put together a first-time event to benefit Rose School. And how much was it that you raised through that effort?
Over $20,000.
See, that's
remarkable.
That's remarkable. First-time event effort. This is just incredible.
Thank you.
So congratulations.
It's a team success.
So I do want to stop here, and then we want to move on to the Rotary Club. But anyway, congratulations on your newly positioned in school board. You have 3 children that have gone through, three daughters. That have
3
gone,
daughters.
Those have gone through the public school system here in
Yes.
Milpitas. So you will be an extreme asset to that organization. And congratulations on getting the spot without having to run an election and being opposed. And you're well thought of in the community, and I think that is commendable. So congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
let's move on. Let's talk about the event. Where was the event? How did you make it happen, and what did you learn from it?
Okay, so as the team at Rotary Club, we sat down, we said, okay, let's fundraise, let's do something for the community. And we had projects thrown out, we brainstormed, and I had my vision too. I said, okay, let's do a nice dinner where we have, people walking and feeling good, dressed up very nice. Let's do something like that. And all of them agreed, all the Rotarians agreed. So then I reached out, I went to the restaurant, I asked how much they charge, what kind of food, and then I taste the food and I picked the food. Luckily, the food I heard from all the guests that it was very, very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So once we decided on that fundraising, everybody rolled up their sleeves and worked very hard to put that together. So thanks to the Rotarians, thanks to friends and guests that, for their collective support to the fundraising event.
Outside of just the ticket cost, you did a silent auction, I believe, and
We did silent auction.
that was very helpful.
We did the live auction. We have raffle drawings. and other businesses in the Bay Area, not just Milpitas, San Jose, San Francisco, sending checks in to support the program as well.
That's terrific. Well, you don't stop with just that single success. We've got some other events coming up that the Rotary Club is involved with.
Drum roll.
Let's talk a little bit about those.
Yes, we have the carnival that's coming.
Okay.
It's right at Mervyn's, and we have the flyers here for you. It's going to be October 27th to the 30th, 4 days. And parallel to that, we have the pumpkin patch. And we have been doing this pumpkin patch for the past 12 years. And is open this Saturday, October 15th.
Great. Well, that's become a real community event where families bring their kids down. There are all sorts of things that kind of happen there in the pumpkin patch. They can pick out a pumpkin if they like, but what
Yes.
else can they do?
There's slides, there's jumping house,
Uh-huh.
face painting, and this big, amazing maze that we just finished building today.
Yeah, we heard about that. I guess you had some workers on that one,
Yes.
so.
Terrific. And the carnival. So tell us a little bit more specifically about the carnival.
I think the best person to ask about the carnival is Todd.
Todd is being modest. He is the carnival man, so,
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I've had a little something to do with the carnival over the course of the years, and Rotary Club's been doing this for off and on over the last 15 years as we've had the opportunity with space in town to be able to do this. And it's really a kind of county fair style midway, family-friendly event where we have all the rides, the thrill rides, and those that are appropriate for younger children as well. Some of the booths with games, corn dogs, and the carnival sort of food as well. And it's a fun, family, safe environment here in Milpitas. You can bring the kids out, not have to fight a whole lot of lines, and just have a good time.
and if I might add, as far as from an organizational perspective, it's kind of an easy fundraiser. Once you get through the permit processing, which you've always helped to do to get it in place, but Butler puts on, they bring out that we don't have to rent the equipment or do any of that.
Well-
They bring that in, and then we just get a cut of the profits.
Well,
I
yeah,
understand.
Butler Amusements is who we've been partnering with this for years, and they've been absolutely great to work with. They are the absolute best outfit to work with, in my opinion, in the western United States. They do all of the major events throughout the country. They have an outstanding track record for safety and for just having great staff who are attentive to the needs of the guests who are at those events. So they've been a great partner for us.
And what's our budget on that one? How much do we want to make on that?
We're thinking of $15,000.
Well, we've done that in the past, I believe.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that's a real doable
Doable.
goal for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, good. Let's pray for that.
Yeah, so I get to ask you, what do you like best about serving as president of the Rotary Club?
I like the people. I like all the Rotarians in there. Very supportive. I have great mentors. You have a question, you have answers. You have a project, you have help. And I know I'm not there since, I don't know, Rotary's been there for over 50 years. And Rotary has done amazing job locally and internationally. We have projects like sending medical equipment to Nicaragua. We support caring for the burn children in Chile. We build wells for clean water in Mexico, repair schools. There's so many things. And I'd like to see more projects that we can do locally and internationally. Just recently, we partnered up with Oakland Uprise, I think it's an Uptown or Uprise Club.
Okay.
And we transferred the DDF to that club to support human trafficking in Vietnam. So that is
Wow.
going on.
Okay.
Well, great. So, does it take anything special to be a member of the Rotary Club? I mean, people may not know what it means to be a member of the Rotary Club.
if you want to make friends, if you enjoy friendships, if you like to have lunch and, very casually talking to friends among us, help a hand with all the projects that we do, then you're the right person.
So our club meets on Mondays.
Mondays.
And the meeting starts around 12.
Right.
And the actual meeting begins at 12:30, the actual business of the
Correct.
meeting. And we meet at Dave & Buster's. They have a room in the back that we are able to meet and have a quiet time together.
Yes.
And what's the membership in our club? A little over 40 members now?
We have 36 right
36,
now.
okay.
Yes.
So we're always looking for new members.
We are very hungry for new members because we have a lot of projects that we need the body to help out.
Yeah. One of the great things about being a part of an organization like Rotary is the opportunity to be able to extend the impact that you have, right?
Yes.
And be, a little piece of something that has, a lasting and profound impact on
Yes.
folks.
Yes.
So one of the things I remember most about you, I think it was last year, you stepped up and you helped all night long for days. You did the suite.
Yes.
For the district conference or something
Right.
for our
The district
club.
conference.
And I just know you've always gone up and beyond the call of duty, but what do you find as being some of the greatest challenges right now facing you as president of the Rotary Club?
Time.
Time?
Yes. Time. But I will have more time. My baby daughter will be in college in a year and a half to 2 years. I will have more time to focus in the Rotary duty.
Terrific. How about future dreams or aspirations? You've accomplished a lot here already, but what does the future hold for you? What would you like to do?
If we can increase the membership, make it 50 and then gradually increase each year by 10, 15%, and fundraise, do more projects. That's my dream.
All right.
I know it's not that hard to reach, but it needs time and heart.
So, before we get off the air, how about a website? Is anybody interested in joining Rotary? Would they visit a website, or what would be the information?
We have Facebook. We have our web runner, and I believe it is www.milpitasrotary.org.
I think we're .org.
I think
Absolutely.
that is. So Owen can put that up on the screen. You're doing good. Well, what do you say? Anything else, Todd? Or?
I'm just impressed, hon.
Thank you.
You're a very humble person,
She is.
but just the drive and ambition that you have is something that folks rally around, and you've been a good leader for us at the Milpitas Rotary Club and with your other activities here in Milpitas. So it's been a pleasure to get a chance for us to introduce you a little bit more to the community and get to know you better.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you for having me
Thank you
here
very
today.
much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Lazy bones, loafing through the day. You always seem to find the easy way, moving like you're rolling away. Never heard a word I say.
All over America, entire families are backsliding. We're no longer just sedentary, we're stationary, and that's bad news for your bones. At any age, bones need weight-bearing activity to grow strong and stay strong. So go outside, take the steps, play with the dog. Just get up, get out, get moving.
Never keep your bones that way. Never heard a word I say.
A public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Valley Homes on TV. I'm Debbie Giordano, and Todd Flesner and myself will go ahead and talk about, this is the month of October, what we're going to do a September wrap-up. I've got some data points for the September activity on multiple listing for Milpitas.
Good.
And some other, good things to share and some transactions and some activity. But let's fast forward. We've got an election around the corner.
We do.
And nationally. I'm wondering how that's going to affect the economy, or are you getting any signals, and how that's affecting your loan business right now?
Well, the loan business, we're taping this before the election, right? And the environment with loans right now is we have a very low interest rate environment, right? And the really thing that people are focusing on is what's the Fed going to do, and they're holding off on any announcement really until after the election. I expect that after the election, the Federal Reserve Board will increase the Fed funds rate, which translates into things like the prime rate and adjustable rate mortgages. You could probably increase that about 0.25%.
Okay.
Is my
Which
what I anticipate.
Impact business too much?
No, I don't think so. There are so many other things going on internationally with the financial world. I think there's a feeling that our economy here in the U.S. is stable enough at this point in time that we can support that increase and get a little bit back to more normative sort of interest rate policy. So I think that's the direction we're going to go. I think long term, we're going to be in kind of a sideways sort of trough with interest rates. We're going to have, over the next year to 2 years, still very low interest rates.
Okay, good. It's going to be great for the business.
It really will. And so, anywhere, interest rates aren't going to get out of control, I don't think.
Okay. Not like they had in years past.
No, not like we saw in the late 70s, early 80s, where we had inflation and other concerns and energy concerns. And none of that right now is in the picture. We have, slow growth. We have low inflation. Employment numbers are pretty good and solid at this point in time. That's part of, I think, why the Fed is looking to be able to support a rate
So
increase.
what are rates today?
Well, rates still are in the high 3s to 4%, again, depending upon the type of loan that you have. But it's just above the historic lows that we've seen. So
Okay.
interest rates are still great.
Okay, super,
Mhm.
super. I wanted to talk about, again, what sellers, the 6 kind of touch points for a seller in preparing their home. I know we're in October, but I think folks are already starting to get ready and thinking about putting their property on the market. February, March, April next year will be, again, very brisk season. We've had a good, healthy market this year, and I think some people are holding off and just waiting to go out there in the early part.
Typically, you don't just wake up one morning and decide I'm going to list my home for sale.
That's rare. Some people do, but
Yeah.
that is very rare.
Right. There's some thought and
So
preparation.
here's some ideas for preparation that you can think of. First thing to do is concentrate on curb appeal. That first impression you have of a home. That first few seconds are just critical. Trim your shrubs, plants, flowers, power wash your driveway, walkways, porch, tidy your landscaping. Be sure to have a well-maintained lawn and freshly mowed and mulched. The next thing would be clean and declutter. You don't have to spend a lot of money actually in getting a home ready, but cleanliness is way up there on top of the list, and decluttering. So wash and dust all the interior surfaces thoroughly. Pack up and remove any extra things around the house. Depersonalize is number 3. So you want to take down all the photographs of the family, and sometimes we stage that up with some murals and some ocean scenes or some other kind of scenes to add some ambiance to the home. But you want to depersonalize everything, and then touch up, but without going overboard. Do not start that major remodeling project you've always dreamed of right before listing your home. So this is FYI. You don't need to go in and remodel your bathrooms and your kitchens and throw on a brand new roof. I don't think that's going to add too much more to the value of the home. So you want to hold everything off there. Fresh coats of paint are good, neutral colors, and refinish worn old wood floors. Change out. A trick would be to change the cabinet pull drawers in the kitchen.
Okay.
That will give a fresh look to the cabinets. And then update maybe some old window treatments. Number 5, arrange furniture and decor together for a better flow of traffic. That's when you get ready to show the property. You try and organize the pieces so that people can walk through and they don't trip over anything, and then it makes the rooms look a lot bigger. Also adding small mirrors around the house too can add some dimension to the room. Use lighting to make rooms warm and inviting. Increase the wattage in your lamps. That's an easy fix. Increase the bulbs, and then make sure you have lighting such as overhead lighting. Under cabinet lighting is good. Reading lights are good, and accent lighting. So those are 6 quick tips. So can I give you some?
Yeah, please.
Milpitas market update. So September 2015. We were at $973,000 for an average price home and $847,000 for a medium price, and that has changed. It's actually gone down. The average price is $895,000 and a medium price is $865,000. So that's this year. So we actually had a spike last year. I remember us reporting that last year, and it seemed like it's just a very strange 50, 75 grand spike that just occurred. So that really was not. So year over year, we really haven't seen that large of a change. The condo market, $582,000 for an average price, $598,000 for a medium price, and that is now up to $664,000 for an average price, and the medium price is at $700,000. So that's a very true level of appreciation. Again, the single-family market kind of changes up and down just a little bit, depending upon the number of sales and how that's calculated. So that can very well be skewed. So.
All right. Well, very good. Overall, how would you gauge the health of our local market here?
Excellent. I've had 3 open houses the last few weekends. I had 1 open house that was trafficked by 65 families. We got multiple offers over the list price. Another house had 22 families through. That was just on one day on Sunday. So definitely buyers are out there looking, Todd, and they need a place to go. And the seasonal market is not holding them back from looking.
Okay. Yeah, so traditionally, after school starts, we might see a little bit of a slowdown, but you're not really experiencing that at this
Not
point.
at all.
The volume is still pretty strong.
Right.
Oh, good. And I think, our interest rates still being low and keeping mortgages affordable helps to support that, as well as our strong jobs market here in the Bay Area.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm going to give folks your contact
yeah, if you
information.
have questions about the show or in general, 408-921-0669 is a great way to get in touch with me.
And I can be reached at, my email is giordanodj@aol.com.
Terrific. Well, appreciate folks joining us, and we'll see you
It's always
next time.
fun. Yeah, thank you.
absolutely.